Friend here, a nice birthday breakfast present this morning. That was
You swine!
Yes. Morning! Woohoo! Well done,
Thank
David.
you very much indeed.
Morning, kid. That's all right. We're all going to get in the message before I can see that, and I've put my new cardi on as well. Let's go on to our next clip and get rid of our friend Davy.
Yesterday in Private Eye magazine, speaking through his solicitor, Mr. Parkinson said he had not wished to marry Miss Keys, but had decided to stay at home with his wife and 3 children. Mr. Parkinson, aged 53, was 2 years ago elevated to the main cabinet and now sits on the wardrobe. Neil Kinnock makes his first major speech today as leader of the Labour Party. It's thought that his opening announcements will lead to a sharing of the same hairspray with miners' leader Arthur Scargill, should Labour win the next 3-legged race. A writ has been served on the Post Office Engineering Union following the union's refusal to patch in the new private telephone networks installed by Mercury Communications. For 3 months now, British Telecom have either dismissed or laid off 50 workers who are refusing to work with the Mercury equipment network. The telephone exchange at Elvis Monthly, however, remains unaffected. A Solidarity leader, Lech Walesa, was picking mushrooms when he heard that he'd won the Elvis Mime and Lookalike contest, as well as the Nobel Peace Prize today. In his hometown, his supporters thronged the streets to greet the man who it is thought will travel to Oslo next week to receive both awards.
Without a throng.
The money which goes with the Nobel Prize will be given to aid Polish private farmers and to establish a branch of the Elvis Presley fan club in Gdansk.
Wonderful. How can you sit there, Todd, without your makeup on this morning, telling the news so nicely and seriously when you're being shocked at like all of us this morning? Anyway, seriously, Todd.
Yes.
What a fantastic night last night.
Was it?
Well, I saw you walking off arm in arm with 3 very, very, very sexy young ladies, so I presume you had a very good night. Yes, I'll tell you all about it. We've got it on video. The film will be available soon, folks. A Blue Night with Todd Slaughter at Ponting's Holiday Camp. And if you want a copy of it, see Bob Bacon, and he'll gladly oblige for you. Yes, I thought it was a really super night.
Yes, it was a really, really super night.
I thought, no, seriously, folks, I thought Rocky Sharp and the replays absolutely magic, tremendous. And shut up about your tangos, John. I know. Oh dear, let's get a bit of. I've got to do these stars because. Not into whipping.
No.
I think John. Well done. John actually is kept coming in the side seats here, and I don't really know whether he's been asking for it all morning, but I think he has actually. He's seen what's been going on, so he knows what to expect. So that's everybody except your wonderful presenter has had the custard pie treatment this morning. I've been spat at by what was his name? Todd Snot. Spat. Yesterday, children, that our anti-hero Cliff Richard was chased into the sea by the 3 bear family and was last seen swimming away with the crabs nastily biting at his vocal cords. So that was the story of the 3 bears. So to continue the saga this morning, we're going to tell you the poor Cinderella, wearing a tanga as well. We're going to tell you a little story about Cinderella this morning. It's absolutely silly, so we hope you enjoy it. So children, are you sitting comfortably? Sit down in front of the television and listen to Uncle Ricky. Now, once upon a time, living in a Streatham Council flat, there was a little girl and her name was Cinderella. Poor Cinders. All she had to do all day was clean and sweep and cook because she had 2 sister uglies. One by the name of Todd Slaughter and the other one by the name of Davy Jones. Anyway, one day into the old letterbox came an invite to a nice ball at the palace, and the 2 sister uglies said to Cinderella, in no way can you go to the ball, Cinders. You've got to stay here and cook and clean and smash the furniture up a bit, because we've got the bloke from the Social Security coming down and we might get a new three-piece suite out of him if we're lucky. So anyway, off to the ball go the two sister uglies and leave poor Cinders behind. Poor Cinders was sitting in the flat crying her little eyes out, and all of a sudden there was a blinding flash of light, and into the council flat walked no other than our old friend Keith Harris. Good morning, Keith, she said. What do you want doing in this council flat? Hello, Cinderella, he says, in his sort of Australian twang. I am your Mary Godfather, and I've come to make sure that you go to the ball tonight. And just then he waved his magic wand, whipped up his best frock and loaned it to Cinderella to go to the ball in. Bum bum. Nice little red frock for Cinderella. He also turned her little old clapped out Minnie outside into a 3,000-mile long Cadillac and sent Cinderella off with a pair of glass slippers off to the ball. But he says, Keith said in his Australian sort of twang, you must be back by midnight. So off Cinderella gets, and she walked 3,500 miles to get to the front door of the Cadillac, by which time she was cream-crackered, fell into the back seat. You're listening, kiddies, to Uncle Ricky. Fell into the back seat. There was a spook by the name of Leroy, who was the chauffeur, who leapt into the back and tried to lay some black powder on Cinders. But she says, get off, you dirty black spook. I'm not having any of that in this Cadillac. Take me to the ball as fast as you can. Get off then, get me a plate of jelly deals and a pint of Guinness and be back by midnight. So off Cinderella goes to the ball, and she goes in, she's having a great time, bopping and jiving away, having a really fantastic time, knocking the old Pernod and lemonade back all night. Come, are you sure this is for children? Come 5 to 12, our Cinders is Brahms and Liszt, more or less flat out, and practically anybody's. Flashing the knickers and doing all sorts of naughty things, children. Anyway, it's almost 12 o'clock and get off. It's almost 12 o'clock and the clock started to chime, and our Cinders hadn't met Prince Charming. So she goes up the steps, and there at the top of the steps, standing in a white suit with his back to the audience, was our Prince Charming. So Cinders walks up to him, taps him on the shoulders, and he turns round. And who do you think it was, children? Yes, it was Cliff Richard. Boo! Cinderella quickly brought up her right leg between his legs and cracked him one, to which our Cliff went down to the floor with a groan, because it was a minute past 12 and her glass slipper had turned back into a size 9 Doc Martin. Well done, Cinders. So, children, if you see Cliff Richard on the television, boo, trying to sing, you'll know why he's always cross-eyed and got that very high voice, thanks to Cinderella and her size 9 Doc Martin. And with that, that's the end of this morning's story, children. We hope you've enjoyed it. Bye. Thank you very much indeed. We'll get on to our next clip this morning, ladies and gentlemen. I goes down.